This is our 2013 GTI. It's got 47,000 miles on it. I've walked around, I gave it a bath, walked around the whole thing. First spot I'll point out, spider webbing here. Just some cracked paint. This is the one, I'm pretty sure they reused the bumper because the accident was so light, so they probably just repainted it, a little bit of Bondo where it was needed, and put that bumper back on. That's really the worst spot of the whole car. You've got some light scratching here. Most of it I can't get a fingernail into, so honestly a lot of that will get cleaned up, but that's expected. Right over that tailgate. And this little fitment, Carfax had no accidents reported to the rear, so that's something that never got reported or whatever the case was. It does have some little scratches. Like I haven't gotten a fingernail in anything else really. And you've got buffing compound around the edges, so you'll see little white edges and body lines. But it has some swirl marks. I mean, it definitely needs a buffing. The whole thing does, but it looks good. I mean, it's not really bad to look at. But if you want a really clean car, then buff it out. I guess you got some little clear coat or watermarks. What are these? Clear coat coming up? Interesting. Your headlights really aren't hazy. Chrome's not peeling off the badges. The mirrors haven't been banged up. So exterior looks pretty good, honestly. And then interior, very clean. Put that back so I can get in it. You've got some wear here, some fuzziness. Actually, it looks pretty bad in the video. But the rest of the seat's fine. Like, I haven't found any tears. No seams pulling apart. None of that. Steering wheel looks pretty good. The threads aren't ripping apart. God, noisemakers. Yeah, steering wheel's not scratched up, not really chipped up. Like, that looks pretty good. I mean, for 2013, this thing was actually taken care of. And it doesn't have an exhaust. It doesn't, it's not loud and obnoxious. No tune, none of that. But it's not all scratched up. The plastics, the screen still looks good. Dash looks good. You don't have any dim lights. It's pretty sweet. So I'll give you a start. Here's your cold start. I did move it to wash it, but it's still cold. There you go. Alright, stop beeping at me. I'm gonna take it for a drive after this. I haven't really driven it, except for moving it around the lot, so I don't know how the shocks are. The brakes feel fine, but I haven't been braking at speeds over 10 miles an hour, so I really don't know. So I'll get to that. I saw the tire pressure light here. I'm gonna go check all the tire pressure. It doesn't blink when I turn it on, so it's not a malfunction. It's just some tires need air. And then it needs windshield wiper fluid, but I really don't care about that. That's not a drivability thing so much. Your back seats look good. Again, there's a tear. One little hole, somebody stabbed something through. Luckily it's tucked in the back. Your headliner looks good. Sorry, I guess you can't see any of that. That's not stained up. Every button that I've hit so far has worked. I haven't had any issues yet. Bluetooth button up here. I'm gonna have to mess with this thing a little more. But it seems like a solid piece. I'm pretty happy about it. There's not a whole lot of wear. You've got little marks. It's pretty good for, an 8-year-old vehicle. And then your headlights, let's see. Headlights are on. Oh my God. Hate getting out of low cars, like my SUVs. Those look like halogen bulbs. Definitely not LEDs, HIDs. Hard to tell how bright they are. They really are. too light out, but those are definitely halogen bulbs. We've got fog lights down there as well. Pop the hood and we'll call it good. Let's see. It is still running right now too. It's a quiet motor. I mean, they're also a diesel there making noise. That's it. All shined up. Not a whole lot to see here. It looks pretty clean. Engine just barely starting to make some heat. But, you know, I don't see oil hanging out down there. I don't see oil dripping onto the exhaust manifold and burning. None of the pulleys make noise. The belts turn fine. Got your normal tap of any German four-cylinder. All the Audis sound that way. The Focus STs sound like that. But it is pretty quiet. So there you go. 2013 GTI, 47,238 miles. I'm gonna go take it for a drive, and I can always grab extra pictures, extra videos. You just let me know what else you want to see. So there you are.